Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Network. I'm your host, Light Excited Eddie. Joining me is the one, the only Bossman himself, Mr. Corey David. Hello, good sir.
Hello, Edward. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a while.
Been 1 week exactly.
That is shoot.
No more time than usual, Edward.
I literally just been busy, dude. Just getting a lot of stuff together. Thinking of getting a new TV, like a kind of like a smarter TV than what I got.
A smarter TV?
Smaller.
Oh.
Yeah, I think my TV I got is like too big, so I'm thinking of getting just like a smaller one. Kind of like get it upgraded because like the 120 hertz and stuff. Like I don't have a TV like that, so I'm thinking of getting one of those. You know, just upgrade to, or downgrade to a smaller TV, but upgrade in some of the tech that's inside of it and stuff.
If you say so. I
like really. TV. Of course,
the bigger the better. What I say.
True. But I want to have mine be like, okay, with my Switch 2, would it do what I needed to do? Yeah, it will. You think? Okay. What about my Series X? Because I think I want to have one. Definitely when I get my PS5 Pro. So, yeah.
Sure.
What about you? What's been up? We haven't really talked. I mean, you sent me the Instagram videos and everything, but we haven't had like a sit down talk. What's been up?
I don't know. Riley's birthday is tomorrow, so we've been preparing for that pretty much. But just a lot of working, and I don't know. Kids have been waking me up a lot earlier than they usually do, and it's been quite the challenge to stay up longer than like now. Plus I haven't been eating as good as I usually should be, and so that's also making me much more tired than because I'm just tired, man. It's been a long, I don't know, year. It's been a long life.
Because you normally don't go to bed so like maybe 1 or 2 o'clock, I think. Don't you? Do you?
I mean, sometimes it's later than that. But, it's fine. It's all good, as they say.
All good in the hood. Oh, okay. Yes. It's been, it's been weird because it's been hot here and then it's been like raining at night. Like it drops to a certain temperature, then it starts raining. And then it'll get hot in the morning. So it's kind of been on and off here and everything.
Yeah, it's weird. It was like 95 degrees here this morning and the sun was out, not a cloud in the sky, right? So I mowed the lawn. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so hot out. And then literally like 3 hours later, it's like getting ready to rain. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? It's so hot. And now it like feels fine. It feels really good outside right now.
It's like, oh, Mother Nature, get it together.
Yeah, it's just like, what are you doing?
It's not having a good summer. That's what Mother Nature's doing.
It's something.
That issue. So, then let's get into this good old housekeeping. This is Nintendo Pow Block, the Nintendo podcast for Boss Rush Media and the Boss Rush Network. We record each and every episode live on Twitch, YouTube, X/Twitter every Saturday night. So come hang out, be a part of the conversation in the live chat, and give us a follow while you're there. If you'd like to support Boss Rush, you can check out our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, where you can gain early and exclusive access to content like the Nintendo Pow Block, 1UP Patreon show, and Expansion Pass. Become a Patreon producer and more. As always, if you can't support us financially or join us live, your listenership and viewership is enough for us. Subscribe to Boss Rush on YouTube and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a review or a comment. It will help with discoverability and growth. New episodes post every Monday morning on podcast apps, YouTube, and our website on bossrush.net, where you can also find our daily banters, reviews, listicles, and more. So yeah.
Yeah.
So Corey, how about we get into Snacktendo? Nope. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just tired, man. I gotta tell you. I have to tell you.
I got to get these articles in. Shout out to David Lasby. Forgive me, David. I got articles that I need to send in and stuff I need to edit, but there's just been it's literally
chop.
been crazy. Yeah,
Chop.
yes, that is true. Like I need to get all my interviews out before PAX West. So I can start working on the PAX West interviews when I go out.
This PAX East one should have been out like a month and a half ago. Ed, chop.
I had like 15, 16 interviews, and I still got more to edit.
You should have paced yourself.
Well, shoot, when I download the interviews and put the audio to Reddit, and of course I gotta change stuff and fix stuff. Pages come out to like 10 to 13 pages. I think my there's one interview I think that I have about 22 pages that I gotta edit. So I might have to do like a part 1 and a part 2, because it's a lot. I mean, and it's because we had literally a 45 to like about a 45 minute conversation with one developer from Poland. So which I really just so proud of him. So yeah,
nice.
Yeah. But everybody, let's get into Snacktendo. Corey, so I had a caramel crunch frosty twist from Wendy's. Had some mozzarella sticks for Arby's. I had some chilies this week. Just like some burgers and stuff. And that's pretty. And did I have McDonald's? No. And of course Domino's. I had a Caesar salad and just a chicken parm. Like I didn't eat anything new yet. Oh, I did try the butterscotch ice cream Snickers. And they are okay in their stuff. But I have been drinking the pink lemonade Snapple. Them must have been bomb big too. It's just so good. Nice. I think I drank the whole pack because nobody was buying it. So I was just like, well, I'll get 2 of them. Go. Because it's like been hot in the store sometimes, and I'll just like drink them down. So that's all I've been snacking on.
Nice. Well, for me, I guess I just had some Chipotle tonight. That was good.
Ooh, nice.
But all of our fun food is coming tomorrow, so that'll do something, I guess.
Are you having your fatty fat burrito tomorrow?
No, I had it tonight. We're eating food for Riley's birthday party tomorrow.
Oh no, from your Mexican place. That's what I'm saying. Are you having that tomorrow?
No.
Oh.
No, not tomorrow. I wish, but we're not. We're having the traditional hamburger, hot dog, chicken cookout thing.
Okay.
So yeah.
So Chef Corey's gonna be on the grill.
Mm-hmm.
It up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing really new snack wise that's out just yet.
Yeah. just, you know, just, I don't know. I never like remember what I eat during the week either, so it's uh, I don't know. I usually just try to pick out what I ate on the weekend, unless it was
We
absolutely delicious.
uh for we just got some Garrett's popcorn, which is a famous place in Chicago. It they've been selling like their popcorn in bags at certain stores, and we just got it for our store. So it's interesting to see that we have it. I want to see how well it sells and stuff. So I brought a bag, and it was really good. I got the caramel cheddar mix, which is pretty good.
Hmm.
So
Nice.
hopefully they are distributing it worldwide. And there's been other stores that's carry it, but I think they're now trying to get into um, the Walgreens market, I would say.
Mm.
So
Nice.
well then, let's quickly get into playing with power. Corey, what have you been playing with power?
Honestly, just still playing, Expedition 33's new game plus. I'm not gonna really say any more about that right now because I feel like I've talked about that game for, I don't know, 2 months at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But also we're doing a spoiler cast next weekend, so
Hey.
we'll be able to talk about it in a real meaningful way now, finally, after wanting to for so long at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I let's see. I've also been playing through Final Fantasy VII. I don't know. I'm just in this space where I want to play JRPGs and also do the whole backlog thing.
Yeah.
And so I just got to Fort Condor, and that's kind of where I'm at the moment. But I just recruited Vincent to be on my team, and it was I have to say, playing this game through a lens of kind of, I mean, anybody who's listened to the show for any amount of time knows that I've always like poked fun at Final Fantasy VII,
Mm-hmm.
and so um, I'm looking at it through a different lens of like, this is how, obviously 1997 PlayStation kind of kind of genre altering in a way, making it mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what I was telling Josh the other night on Xbox Casuals when we were talking about it was, this really, at first I was like, this is like the Mario 64 of JRPGs for PlayStation, but then we were talking and it's more like the Ocarina of Time for PlayStation in terms of like the storytelling and the characters, and kind of like becoming the face of a franchise, a long running franchise at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The battle system is really, it keeps you on your toes, similar, not unlike Expedition 33, actually, with the active time battle system. And I don't know, I'm just kind of enjoying it. This is like the first time I think I've started enjoying this game. I think I've just playing JRPGs this year, and I
Mm-hmm.
played Fire Emblem and Expedition 33, and kind of was dipping my toes into Xenoblade because I wasn't sure which RPG I wanted to play next. And I don't know, I just am. And maybe it's because like the remake is coming to Xbox this year, and Switch in a couple
Yes.
months at this point, and I just want to I want to be ready for it, and like I said, I want to play the original. I wanted to play the original before I played remake because I want to get the full context of what they changed and what's going on. And
Mhm.
um, yeah, I don't know. I really like it. I
Can
think
I can I
the
can I ask you
no
side attention,
no
everybody?
questions.
No, I kind of want to ask you: do you ever feel like when you're playing a retro game, in this like modern age, do you ever feel like this is why it was popular? Now I get it why it's a fan favorite, or it has reached this high level status that people continue to use this game as a
Hmm.
reference for this and that, and why this game gets compared to stuff. Like, have you do you ever just like when playing some of the old stuff, because it's I think a lot of old stuff is probably your first time playing it.
So for context, I missed a lot of things on Super Nintendo
Hmm.
and a lot of things on the PlayStation because I just never had those consoles. Whoa.
Yes.
Um, coming for you, Ed. Uh,
Yeah.
so I missed a lot on those platforms, and so like this included. And I actually didn't play a lot of PS1 games until I got my PS2, and even then it was really limited to like, oh, Final Fantasy X looks awesome. I'm gonna try the older games, and I played. The first one I got was 9. I was like, I'm gonna buy because like I didn't have any knowledge of the series before then, right?
Uh-huh.
Except that except for the fact that um they're all different, right? Like they don't really connect, right? And so that was my knowledge of going into Final Fantasy X, and it was on the cover of Electronic Gaming Monthly, uh, and I just thought it looked so cool. I was like, you know what? I'm going to play 9, see if I like this. And so I played through 9, and then I bought 7, 8, and Tactics all at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And I played through like once I finished 9, 10 was out. So I played through 10, and then I went back to 8. And then by the time I got to 7, I was like really JRPG'd out.
Uh-huh.
And so like, I just was like, man, I need to play something else for a while. So like I've only played like a handful of PlayStation games really, right? And like
Yes.
and the ones that I did play, and like a lot of them came to Dreamcast too, like uh Jedi Power Battles and Tony Hawk 1 and 2, and um there's just a lot of crossover there. And so the PlayStation is just a console that I missed to the point where like I just don't have any affinity for PlayStation really, because even on the PlayStation 2, like even though a lot of those third party games were exclusive for a time, like I didn't fall in love with like PlayStation games. I fell in love with Square games or sports games, or some of these level 5, or some of these other companies that were making a lot of stuff, right? And then a lot of my love came to other games on the GameCube, right? I mean, GameCube was the one
Hmm.
that I played the most. And then
Yeah.
then the Xbox was just literally just a Halo machine until Fable came out and Knights of the Old Republic, right? I think I'm not lying. I think the original Xbox, I think the only games I played were Halo 1 and 2, uh Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, Fable, uh Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, and Jade Empire were like the only games I played on the original Xbox.
Wow. I played so much, and I think when speaking of Xbox, I like that became um. So this is gonna be weird. Like my Nintendo GameCube was brand new games, first party and
Mm-hmm.
third party.
Mm-hmm.
My PlayStation 2 were new and used games, but my Xbox was all used games. It was just like all used. It was a used library. I had during the first Xbox, I had bought nothing full price at all. Everything was used. Um, because it looked like, yes, the system was kind of like good, for as his debut system. But I'm like, I used to find a lot of games at GameStop, in the used bins, and then when they had like a buy two get one free or buy three get two free, when they had all of those deals, I was in a bargain bin for the used games at for Xbox. Um, you know, and I think that's how I grew my library on that system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So back going back to Final Fantasy VII, I just had like a really hard time getting into that after playing 8, 9, and 10. Plus, like, it was still one of the early JRPGs that came over where like circle was accepted, not X, right? Because that's how it
Yes.
is in Japan. And so like it was really hard to adjust to that too. And I just was not having it. I was not patient enough to, you know. Um, and then also like I was still like really into like Madden and NCAA football and like anything football and basketball related. I ended up buying on PlayStation, right, and GameCube, and even Dreamcast to an extent, until it was dead. So
Yeah.
but I'm really enjoying Final Fantasy VII. I think once you kind of understand, and here's the thing too with older games, like I have a really hard time going back to old games that I didn't play either, right? Like Mega Man is a series that we bring up all the time that I've never really played consistently, and like that is a series I want to get through this year.
Have you ever started one? Have you ever
Yeah, I
started
mean
any Mega Man game?
I've played them before, but I've never like seriously sat down and tried to beat them,
Okay.
um Castlevania is another series that I've never played Castlevania.
Yeah.
um and so I have all those collections and stuff. It's just especially 2D platformers from the NES era. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, like they were meant to be hard, and like they were meant to be hard because you're only going to play, like, once you master them, you're only going to be playing it for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
um and so I think there's a lot on my list that I just like. We've been playing games for so long that our
Hmm.
knowledge of games is so widespread, but like in different ways, to the point where like I feel like I'm in this space where I'm at a point this year where there's really not a lot out there aside from like, you know, Donkey Kong and like a lot, obviously the Switch first party stuff. And some of the stuff that's coming to Xbox. Like there's really not a lot out there that I'm like itching to play, right?
Hmm.
Unless they announce something really big at Gamescom, which I doubt. So like I feel like this is a chance for me to catch up on a lot of stuff. And I have a lot of series that I want to tackle and play through and finish. Obviously it's not going to happen in like a week, but
All right.
I'm kind of keeping track now of like, here's my so-called list of games that, backlog essentially, but like a list of meaningful games that I need to get through, right? Like, uh, anything before Final Fantasy VIII is on that list, right? In terms of Final Fantasy games. Castlevania, Mega Man, we talked about already. Metal Gear is on that list, right? I've
Hmm.
never played. I played a little bit of Metal Gear Solid 2 because I bought Zone of the Enders for PS2, and it came with the demo. And I was like, oh, this is fine, whatever, it's fine. And then I played Ground Zeroes, and I was like, okay, sure, whatever. Um, Crash and Spyro are both on that list. There's a lot of Super Nintendo and NES games on that list. Game
Hmm.
Boy. in Game Boy Advance list, because as much as I love those systems, like I was young and didn't have a lot of money to buy games, and the ones I bought, I was like, I hope I like this, So, um, but I'm really glad I've started playing Final Fantasy VII again, and I'm enjoying the story enough. I think, especially for the time, like there's a lot of interesting kind of plot things that a lot of games weren't even trying, let alone doing. Um, I think Cloud, like his whole kind of thing going on is weird and interesting. I think his relationship with Tifa is really charming. I think this, especially the side stuff with Barrett, kind of early on, right, with his daughter, and then his friend, the chocobo racing thing, or the maybe it's not right. I don't remember at this point. But you know what I mean. Like you're in the. So I think there's a lot of interesting things there, and I'm enjoying it. So
That's cool.
yeah, and then I mean the last update for Disney Dreamlight Valley's current the storybook Veil came out. I haven't even really played a lot of that yet, but now that it's all out, I would like to get back to that too. It'll probably have to wait till after Donkey Kong though, because that comes out this week, and I'm really excited for it. So
yeah.
But I think that's about it. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of it. So.
All right. For me, I started up Resident Evil 5. I'm playing that on Switch 2. Um, and I mentioned this before. I beat Resident Evil 5 originally on PS3 with my friend. We did the online co-op. So I'm just be playing it on easy and everything. I'm like kind of in, I think, the second chapter, but like in the third area of the game. So I'm making my way through that. I'm in this jungle area where I find a lot of enemies uh uh who are tribal, like tribal enemies and stuff. So I'm working my way through that and stuff. And I will say I am I'm not playing it online or anything. It's just me and the computer. Um, I think that game is still fun. I'm kind of enjoying it a little bit. Playing it on easy. Um, because I'm getting to re-experience this game for myself, and I'm like decided to use the shotgun a lot, so I'm kind of popping enemies here and there, and then when I need to switch to my handgun, I'll use that. I am upgrading them to make them stronger, because there is like a new game plus where your items and stuff carry over, and it once again it's not scary or anything. um I think because it is so action packed that I'm not worried about any jump scares and stuff. It's just really just like, shooting them all and everything. Even when I'm like surrounded and stuff, I got my shotgun, pop them, move like to uppercut them or like serve them with the knife and everything. And I think it's because it is on easy. It's just more of a breeze to get through. I think once I get stronger and I play on a harder difficulty, I'll be like, okay, then the game is giving me a challenge, but I'm ready to handle this challenge because it's the same thing. It's just the enemies take more shots and they take off more energy, health, I should say. So, that's pretty much what I'm all playing, and a little bit of Cyberpunk, 2077. I'm playing on Switch 2. Um, and then, like you said, Corey, waiting for Donkey Kong, Bonanza this Thursday, to pick it
Yeah,
up with the amiibo.
I'm really excited for Donkey Kong. We actually were watching the trailer again today, that extended one that's basically like a shortened version of the direct.
Yeah.
And my My daughter swears that it's going to be a movie because of Pauline singing, like because it
Uh
sounds whimsical, like almost like a Disney movie.
huh.
And she's like she wants to like watch me play it, and I know she's going to ask me to play it, and I'll let her play it for 5 minutes, and she'll get really frustrated. But she wants to like watch me play it, and I don't know. I think I'm really I really enjoy that my kids are trying to get into this stuff. You
Yes.
know, I mean, my son just likes to cause chaos, and he still loves that Power Rangers game and the Ninja Turtles games and whatever, right? Like he just. But my daughter, like, she wants to play like Mario Party and like the fun kind of party games and Mario Kart and stuff like that, and she tries really
Uh-huh.
hard, and she like I don't know. I think she likes it, but she has a really hard time learning how to play. And so I think that's what's holding her back really from liking it. Um
Yeah.
my my son though, man, he just understands it. He just gets it. Dude, I don't think I was playing games this good at 4 years old. I still don't think I play games as good now. He's just like, dude, he's just like flying through these side-scrolling beat 'em ups now, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, they're side scrolling beat 'em ups. They're easy. Like,
I know they're easy, but he's 4.
so, but this is the thing about it. I think you have him playing the modern beat 'em ups. You don't have him playing like the retro beat 'em ups.
No, we're playing the Cowabunga collection through some of those old ones.
I'm talking about older than that.
The NES
Like,
ones? We're playing through
I'm
like the NES and arcade
I
ones.
I'm talking about like Double Dragon. I'm talking about Double Dragon and Double Dragon 2, like
I
the
I
Trade
only want
West
him to play I
library.
only want him to play good games, Ed.
If you going to say that he is running through these beat 'em ups, you have to start him with the classics. If he's
Double
good
Dragon's not a
doing that,
classic.
it is a classic.
Dude, it does not hold up. Have you played it lately?
Yes.
Mm,
You got to
Game of
get
Thrones,
him
man.
to play. You got to get him playing Double Dragon 1 and Double Dragon 2 on NES. Of course,
Mm.
he has to play Streets of Rage 2. Like, if you're
No,
going to.
I'm gonna make him play Ghosts and Goblins for 2 hours.
Oh, no, he would
That'll make him a
cry.
man.
He would give up gaming forever.
I'll make him play Ghosts and Goblins, and then I'll make him play Kid Icarus, and then I'll make him play like I don't know, Rygar. I guess I don't know.
Nick. Oh no, he can't play Rygar. He would literally. You would be lost playing Rygar.
Nah, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah, he can't play Ninja Gaiden. I'm just talking about like the beat 'em up stuff.
I know.
Like Double Dragon, Double Dragon 2, Streets of Rage 2, Rival Turf, I think, is on NSO. So like there's some beat 'em up games. He can't play Comic Zone though, because that he would cry.
Well, nobody wants to play Comic Zone, so
True. So
dude, I'm just looking at these like there's so many games to play. Makes me want to cry a little bit.
has he played Turtles in Time, the Super Nintendo one?
Has he?
Yeah.
I don't no, we haven't played that one yet.
Because which ones are you going through?
I think we're going through the NES arcade one right now. So Turtles 2, I guess.
Turtles 2. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not he doesn't
Great
need to play one.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh no. You can skip one. Where one is a action platformer, 2 is like the level beat 'em ups.
Mm-hmm.
I tried playing. I don't like Manhattan Project. The third one.
It just felt like, oh, the arcade game was really good. Let's vomit this one out in 6 months and put a new one out because
I mean, it does the Double Dragon 3 thing where you only get one life with that character.
It's not good. It's not great.
because that's how Double Dragon 3 is on the NES. It's just like if you haven't been another boss and you die, game over. That's it. You only get that one life.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Oh man, when did they put Super Mario All Stars on NSO? I didn't know that.
yeah, it's been on there since Switch One.
Yeah, I know that, but just I forgot it was there. I guess I don't know. We probably talked about it, and then I just forgot because I forget everything. Anyways, I'm so dude. I've been getting up like 2 hours earlier than I normally do, and it's like really messing with me.
Like 4:00.
No, like 6:37.
Oh,
but I mean, for work I get up at like 7:30. But I mean, during the weekends I like hide and try to sleep as long as I can. I mean, they know where I'm at. They just don't like me and they don't care. So
they do, because your kids didn't like you. They wouldn't be looking for you, and they would wake mommy up and not daddy.
Mommy's up. Trust me. They sleep. They sleep in the bed every single night. So
you're gonna be like, what y'all doing in the bed?
Man, I forgot they had the Wily Wars on the Genesis one.
I'm trying to work my way through that one. I think I beat. I know I beat Mega Man 1 on it, but I need to beat 2 and 3 on it.
Is it just 1, 2, and 3 on here?
Yeah, because that's the only games that they remade for the Sega Genesis. That's when the point that Capcom had started bringing their games over. Because Capcom licensed those games to Sega, and Sega reprogrammed them for the Sega Genesis and published them.
Man, who made C jump on this? A should be jump. Oh my gosh. Whatever.
For the Sega Genesis?
Yeah. A to open window? That's like, what are they doing, Edward?
For what game?
Wily Wars.
Oh, that one is weird, because I think B is to shoot, C is to jump.
Yeah.
Well, the Sega Genesis had a weird controller when it first came out. A, B,
still has a weird controller.
Ooh, excuse me.
It's because they were competing with the NES when it came out, and they were like, "What if we added an extra button? Because NES only has 2." And then obviously Super Nintendo came out
and had 6 because of Street Fighter.
And then they're like, "What if we had 8?"
And then Sega Genesis, and then Sega brought out their 6-button controller because they started getting Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Capcom and Konami came late to the Sega Genesis. Namco was already there.
Yeah,
because Namco was putting some of their arcade games on it. And we got Splatterhouse 3, I believe, on Genesis. Because they stopped putting stuff on. Well, I think TurboGrafx was over and everything. So, yeah.
I like how this light is on behind me when I know it wasn't on when I came down.
Wifey.
I know.
West.
She left it on. Or maybe she's still down here. I don't know. No, it's 9:30. She's in bed.
She disappeared. It's so funny. Speaking of like old games, David had sent me a picture. We was in the writing room, just talking, and he sent me a picture of Wood and Water Rage. This is by LGN. Town and Country Surf Designs, Pearl Street, Hawaii, and it's like a monkey, some tiki man, and some weird dude. It's by LJN, and he I got to talking to David about it just a little bit in our chat and stuff, and I mentioned that LJN had like a lot of movie franchises for video games. Like they released, I believe they released Friday the 13th and The Nightmare on Elm Street, but they also did Back to the Future, and some other games. And I seen it. And I was just like, I never got to play this game. It's just something that wasn't sold in our store. I mean, sold in our state and stuff. But I'm just like, LGN produced some questionable content games. I say, because Friday the 13th. Oh, good goody moody, that game is backwards, uh, in a whole bunch, in a whole way. So. Well, Corey, do you have any show and tell stuff? I don't have anything at the time.
No, I mean, I think we'll both have Donkey Kong and the Amiibo next week, and then
Yes.
I ordered something today. I don't know if it'll be here by the next show, but it's to I mostly bought it because it looked cool, but also to encourage me to finish and play some of these older games. um, so that really nice line of Mega Man toys in the Robot Masters.
Yes.
They're like $25 a piece, I think.
Uh-huh.
I bought the Mega Man one.
Oh, nice.
And it's like I have a Mega Man back there, and it's cool and it's fine, but it's like sort of cheap, and my son kind of wants to play with it, so I figure I'll give him that one and pose the nice one up there. I'm working on I'm gonna get nice things to display instead of just, I don't want to say garbage old toys, but like, some of those back there are like the things you get with collector's editions that you think you want, and then you open the box and they're kind of just like plastic garbage.
Uh-huh.
Or, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna slowly do that. And then there's something else I got too, but it won't be here. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's it. Nothing new for me yet.
All right. All right, then. Well, everybody, we're gonna get into Family News. Corey, take it away.
Yeah, so there's not really like a lot of great news this week. I think we're all in this weird holding pattern until Gamescom, right? Or the next Nintendo Direct or whatever happens.
Mm-hmm. Now they're saying this week, the Nintendo Direct.
They're
I'm like,
they're
I
always
said that
saying
last week.
they're always saying it's this week, and then it's not, and they're like, "Oh, maybe it's this week," and then like the month it's supposed to happen historically passes, and like, "Whoa, maybe it'll happen this month," and then
Right.
September rolls around, and it's like, "Oh, there's always a Direct in September. Maybe we'll get it then." We did kind of get a Direct already. We got the Donkey Kong one, so
Right.
I think they're waiting until Donkey Kong is out. I'm going to be honest with you, or if it's this week, like we said on last week's show, if there is one, they want to get one more marketing beat in for Donkey Kong maybe, and so I could totally see it being this Wednesday, just to get that last hit for Donkey Kong, but also like we got one for Donkey Kong, and then they released another video like a week later that was almost as long as a Direct. So I don't know, man. They're really pushing this Donkey Kong, man. Dude, I don't remember the last time I saw this much marketing for a first party game.
That's why I said Nintendo is going big on the rollout. Even just watching like YouTube videos, most of whether I'm watching like a music video or roller coasters or whatever, when they do a breakfast commercial, it's Donkey Kong.
Well, it's like most of the commercials I see on TV, like on Nickelodeon, when my kids are watching Paw Patrol or like whatever they're watching on some other streaming service that we have that we only have literally for them to watch cartoons. Like in between every one is like, it's like a Nintendo Switch commercial, but it's like a multi-game kind of, we're just advertising Nintendo because we're Nintendo, right? Like, There was
Right.
that one they did for like kids games, and it was like Yoshi and Kirby and Splatoon, like those were all in one commercial. And then it was like home of Mario and Friends, and it was like, Mario Odyssey, Mario Wonder, Mario Kart, Mario Party, like all the Mario games were in one. And then like I don't know, there were a few other ones, but they all had like multiple games in it. This is the first time in a long time, maybe since Tears of the Kingdom, that I saw them like pushing a first party game this hard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's all about Donkey Kong right now, man. Everywhere, everything is about Donkey Kong right now. So, dude, even the gas station down the road has like Donkey Kong signs in the window. It's like,
Oh
jeez,
wow.
I'm like, dang. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's I'm every time I see this game in motion, or like the animations, like their facial animations or everything, I am like more and more and more impressed with this game. Like every time I see it, just the way it looks visually.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I am traditionally not a Donkey Kong person, but also they've all been 2D for or like weird instrumental games since Donkey Kong 64. Uh, not trying to say anything bad about Donkey Konga or Donkey Kong's Jungle Beat on the GameCube, but
All right.
they're not Donkey Kong games, right? Traditional Donkey Kong games. So um, I guess Jungle Beat kind of is, but not really.
I
Um,
wonder. I always wonder what if Nintendo hired Playtonic to make like a side scroller Donkey Kong. Like, how would that look?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope people buy Yuka Replay because they've been laying people off because there's no interest in that game, and it makes me sad because
No.
I'm like, just make Impossible Layer 2. That was, no offense to Ukulele, but the second one was much better. it
Right.
was it was like much more in line of like what I think those characters should be doing, because I know they wanted to make like a Banjo Kazooie successor, but like it's better as a 2D Donkey Kong game essentially. So I don't I don't know. I feel bad for that team, and I hope they figure it out. But um,
It's so funny. Someone said Microsoft needs to sell Rare to Nintendo. I'm like, that's not about to happen. Nintendo
are you
sold
kidding?
Rare to Microsoft.
See if these is like the only thing keeping Rare afloat. No
Pretty
pun
much.
intended. um,
Pretty much.
so all right, Ed. Let's I guess we should probably do family news now, huh?
Yes.
Um, man, I sorry, I'm looking at like all the Final Fantasy games on Switch. Like all we need is the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. Come on.
We need that. Everybody want that game everywhere. I Before we get into family news, side attention, everybody. As much as I love Lightning, I do not like the design of Final Fantasy 13.
Oh man, I really liked Final Fantasy 13 until it bricked my PlayStation 3.
I I don't like the two party system. That's like separated within three stories and
Mm.
everything. And it's like, because every time I got to like the eons and stuff, I would get beat. And then when I fight them again, I guess they made it easier, and then I was able to beat them. I'm just like, I don't like this.
Yeah,
I love
yeah, I
Lightning
think
though.
that's fair. Yeah,
Like,
I
like
mean,
I,
I
lo-
think I think two is probably the standout in that trilogy, to be honest. But
mhm.
I mean, I only played a little bit of Lightning Returns. I stopped playing it because there's like a time thing on it, and I just like
Uh-huh.
I don't want a time thing on this. I don't want a timed whatever. But um, I don't know. I really liked I liked 13, but I really like 13 too. Follows what Vanille, right?
Mhm.
and the other kid, Hope, I think is his name.
Yeah, one another gripe that I have with 13 is that so like I couldn't grind until I got like to the open plains,
Mm.
and everything with my party. That's that Final Fantasy 13 is a lot of that is so linear that you can't get strong. You can't grind. You can't grind and stuff. And I'm like, I want to grind. I want to get stronger, and the game doesn't let you do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing in Final Fantasy VII right now. Is just kind of like I forgot how great constant random battles are and how terrible they are at the same time. Because like when I'm trying to get somewhere, they're terrible when they happen every like 5 steps. But if I'm grinding, I'm like, all right, let's just keep grinding, you know. And I
Right.
mean, that's the one thing that what Bravely Default introduced was that slider, right? The oh, I'm gonna grind, so I'm gonna turn the slider up for more random battles or whatever, and then you know, you could kind of turn them off essentially too. So RPGs, man. RPGs. Good times. Good times.
Right.
All right. Well, I guess we should do family news, huh?
Yes.
Whoops. I ripped that out of my ear and it did not feel great.
Oh no.
So not a lot of news, Ed. But this week was the 10th anniversary of former Nintendo president Satoru Iwata passing away.
And I forgot
This
to wish everybody happy Iwata's Day.
it's yeah. So July 11th marked the 10 years since the passing of Satoru Iwata, Nintendo's beloved former president, whose legacy continues to resonate across the gaming world. Known for his heartfelt quote, "On my business card, I am a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer. And in my heart, I am a gamer." Iwata is remembered not just for his leadership, but his deep empathy and unwavering passion for games and the people who make them. His words from a 2013 shareholder meeting still echo today amid industry-wide layoffs. If we reduce the number of employees for better short-term financial results, I sincerely doubt employees who fear that they may be laid off will be able to develop software titles that could impress people around the world. Iwata also laid the foundation for the Nintendo Switch, and even now, as the Switch 2 is launching, NVIDIA recently paid tribute to his vision. We wanted to create something no one had ever seen before. We lost Iwata-san before the launch of the Switch 1, but his clarity, his purpose, it still inspires our work every day. A decade on, Iwata's impact remains immeasurable, a testament to a man who changed the industry by staying true to the heart of gaming.
All last week during the Xbox,
Fiasco.
I don't want to say debacle, fiasco. Yeah, during the Xbox fiasco, Iwata came up like every day that people were talking about what the layoffs at Xbox at Microsoft. Iwata names came up, and I that day, and we have episodes about Iwata's passing.
Yeah, I think we do one a year, essentially.
Yeah. I have a blog about Iwata and everything. Oh, go ahead, Corey.
I was just listening.
Oh, it that day when he passed away, it was just like everyone in the industry. It didn't matter if what kind of fan or a gamer you were. His passing affected everybody. Like even like it just when Twitter was like the social media platform, because Facebook was going through their stuff, all you seen was stuff from Iwata, from
Hmm.
every company, every kind of gamer. It like the level of respect for him still continues to go on this day.
Hmm.
And like you guys can watch the videos and stuff. Like I talked about, I cried. I I was in my friend's car crying. Went to Friday to try to feel better, and that following day still was crying. Never met the man, but like his um his impact and his influence and his work in this industry has it's something that you can never disregard
Hmm.
and everything. So seeing that it's been a decade that he's passed and we're still bringing up his name, we're still looking at the book Axie Wada. We're still learning from him. Like that's you know that's a legendary status.
Hmm.
Of course, there's legendary and icon and stuff like that, but like even when it just feels like as long as gaming is going, uh and this business is thriving, this community is thriving, Iwata's name is going to consistently come up
Hmm.
and everything. He he left um unexpectedly for us, because when we wanted to see E3 and the Nintendo Directs is when we saw Iwata and we felt a feeling of happiness, a feeling of laughter. We there was a level of comfort when we saw Iwata.
Hmm.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, Corey. I'm sorry.
I just as we kind of sit here and think about his passing, and we this was like early in Pow Block, right? I mean, this was like one of the first episodes I think we ever did was talk about this, right? Because we
Yeah,
were um the show had literally just started like a month and a half before this, I think. Like
yeah,
it was so early on. Um, that we talked about this, and like I mean I've said this, every time we talk about this, but like I was at the Nintendo store in New York when I found out, right? It was a Sunday and it closed
yep,
early, and my wife and I were talking about coming back the next day because, it was a Monday, and I was just kind of like standing outside. We were going to take a picture of me in front of it because we didn't really know if we were going to go back the next day, but I wanted to. And it was I opened my phone, and like that's before I had turned notifications off on Twitter. And I was like, oh my gosh, Nintendo's president died. And it was this weird moment. And like we were messaging back and forth on Facebook Messenger at that point, right?
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
I saw it on Facebook at that time. I'm not 100% sure where I
I
saw the news,
I
but
I saw the news break on Twitter, and I screamed what for my whole household to hear me. It was like, "What's wrong?" I'm just like, the president of Nintendo just died, or I think he had passed away already, and then they announced of his passing.
well, the thing too, right, is like he was working literally all the way up until he died. Like he was like working in his hospital bed, right? There's those
Yeah,
like one or two photos where he like looks really thin and kind of sick, and but he's still working. And like if you're like I think that just speaks to the cultural differences too, because like here, like if you're sick, you're not really working, right? I mean,
right.
you're going to but I think that just speaks to his how much he cared about Nintendo, and like his mindset and his goals with the company, and not just another corporation trying to make money, right?
Mhm.
That's I think that's a lot of these other companies kind of don't want to say problems, but they're kind of their MO right now is like they make decisions to appease the shareholders, where Nintendo notoriously does not try to do that, right? They are,
Right.
I mean, if they were trying to appease shareholders, right? Switch 2 would have been out 2 years ago. They would have kind of, shipped sloppy games. Um, they would be charging an arm and a leg for
Hmm.
expansion pack on NSO, or they would be selling all those games a la carte, right? Like they would be making so many different decisions. And I mean, they even have a financial guy as the president now in Furukawa, right? And even he's not
Right.
making those decisions. So I think there's a lot of care going into the way Nintendo thinks about things, even the theme parks and the movies and TV stuff that they're doing, right? Like they're still making the decisions that they feel are necessary for the company to be successful. And look where that's gotten them, right? Like even though like the Wii U didn't do very well, right? Like Iwata's legacy is still felt throughout the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2, right? This was his prototype. This was his thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we always said like the Wii U is kind of like it it was a great concept, but it was backwards, and that the Switch is essentially like the Wii U backwards, is essentially like, and obviously not capitalizing on the dual screen stuff, right? Because you know it because the Wii U is also trying to bring the DS kind of uh
Philly.
yeah into the living room. And I mean, I still like the Wii U. I think the gamepad is not a great feeling controller, but I we talk about it all the time. Is like it had such an amazing library of games to the point where like, oh, people bought them on the Switch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was also the thing too. Early on, was like when they were starting to port a lot of the Wii U games over. Everybody's like, "Oh, but those games already came to Wii U." But we were all like, "You didn't buy Wii U, so these are all new to you. You're gonna pay
Right.
the $60." It's like, how many
and
people complain that
and
Mario Kart was $60 and then it's the best selling game on the console by like 30 million units, you know? Um, but like you look
yeah,
at all the
like
things that are,
a lot of the Wii U ports on Switch like hit past 1 million like sales almost.
I mean, I think the top 20 games on the Switch are all past like 10 million, right? And like you look at Mario Kart
Mhm.
and it's sitting at like 70 million. Animal Crossing is at 44 million. Like, you know, Smash, Zelda, Mario are all past 20 million. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many things that you look at and like so influenced by Satoru Iwata, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you read Reggie's book or not, but he talks about Iwata's leadership in his book. And it's like, or I don't know if you watched or if you read through the Ask Iwata book that came out, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years at this point. I have it. It's
I
sitting
have
up here on this shelf over.
I I have it too. I gotta read through it. That
But
in Reggie's book.
yeah, but you know, uh, I think Iwata was a good leader. He was a great creative leader.
Hmm.
I think um, the the team he had in place obviously shared his vision. Um, even the American team with Reggie and uh, you know Treehouse over here and Bill Trennan and stuff, like they all shared that vision and that goal, right? And so
Yeah.
uh, it's just I don't know. I still think that he was he's going to be remembered in this industry for a long time.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I think at this point you could probably put him up there with Miyamoto and Anuma and Kojima and like like you think of like the heavy hitter kind of Japanese culture
Uh-huh.
uh kind of industry legends. I think Iwata stands with them. Some people argue that he doesn't because he was more of an executive and
But
his later
uh,
days and less. of a developer, but I'm like, look, he remember when he went to Game Freak and reprogrammed Pokemon Silver so they could fit the
Yeah,
entire first game on it?
and
Like,
and that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize that, like, even though he was a leader as president with business, he understood the development of making games.
mm-hmm,
Like, he's a 2 for 1. Who uh,
mm-hmm.
we all respect to Phil Spencer, all respect to everybody, all the people who was running stuff at Sony for PlayStation, but I'm like, you,
I
none
mean,
of them
I would
are,
say Sean Layden and Shuhei Yoshida were that too, though, right? They knew what was going on, and Sony
but they
just
weren't developers. That's the thing about it.
Shuhei was for in the PS1 days.
What did he?
Shuhei
What did he
Shuhei
do?
was. He was he was a producer on Spyro. I want to say he did a lot. I'm
Okay,
not 100%
so
sure like what type what role he played, but he was in there.
and Shu, I respect Shuhei highly, like
I
still
mean,
to this very day.
have you heard some of the things he said since he left Sony?
Oh,
Dang. He's very much open at the moment.
very true, very true. But go ahead, Gory.
Oh, no, I just I it still makes me sad that he's gone, and obviously we have like a very different Nintendo now, right? Like in terms of
Yeah,
the leadership, like they're not as I'm sure Doug Bowser is a nice guy, but like he's never like, you know, we haven't seen a Muppet of him yet dancing down the hallway singing about Star Fox, right? Like,
I mean, still to this very day, the best thing about Iwata, and I'm sorry everybody, I'll still say number one is him and Reggie for Smash for Wii U and 3DS for the Mii's. Just that trailer of them
mhm.
fighting,
So
it's
good.
you cannot beat that goodness. And I think that's what people need to realize, that you know Iwata was the face of the Nintendo Directs of
Mhm.
the Wii U and stuff.
I
Under
mean, you
when
can just see it, like the white background, you know, him kind of center, him taking like him bowing to the audience, right, and like
yeah,
you know, holding the iconic banana holding, right, or like the uh kind of the you know when you know the
yes,
just the different yeah he was very
and
it was awesome.
and, and he made the announcement of delays, feel like, okay, oh man, we got a delay, but we're still looking forward to the game. He
Hmm.
made that feeling of delays of, hey everybody, I'm sorry we got to delay this game, but there's stuff we got to add, stuff we got to polish, and we want to make sure that we brought it up, because I'm just like, this is coming from the director of the president of Nintendo. It's coming from him, and he's apologizing for the delay and everything. We didn't just get like a tweet or anything, or just see it in the news press. We didn't get that. When the president of your video game company comes out, bows down after saying that it has been delayed, that's mad respect. That's humbleness. Like, I'm sorry. I miss him, and I love going back seeing just all the work that he left
Hmm.
us. You know, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a apparently, and this story kind of came around because it wasn't really news, but you know, Sakurai is developing the new Kirby game, obviously, Kirby Air Riders, and he was talking about how there's going to be, you know, kind of his tribute to Iwata in that game, and that's like got a lot of people kind of excited. Uh, you know, maybe even more excited for that game now than they were, right? So, um, yeah, I think it's. I hope that it. I hope people realize that this was such a great leader that just, you know, he was a great leader,
I,
and I hope that people just realize that, you know.
I say if you guys could go back and watch the Nintendo Directs, some of the E3 stuff, presentations, go back and watch them. Go listen, go read the book. Ask Iwata, just like, um, yeah, just see his influence, see why he matters still to this very day.
Yeah. So, but that's that. 10 years, man. Can't believe we've been doing this show that long. I didn't know we were
Yeah,
doing that show. I thought we were only on year 9, but we were talking about this when it happened. I don't.
yeah.
So, whoops, we missed an anniversary. That's fine. Whatever.
Hey Corey, we still going strong.
Unless it, yeah, I don't know. Unless that was just something we were doing outside of, I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. Speaking of Nintendo Switch 1, Ed, Donkey Kong Bananza, we talked a little bit about this 2 weeks ago, I think, but
Uh-huh.
Mario Kart World was initially kind of pitched for Switch 1 and developed for Switch 1.
Yes.
So is Donkey Kong Bananza, Ed. Nintendo has confirmed that Donkey Kong Bananza originally began development on the Switch 1 using voxel-based destruction, but was moved to Switch 2 to better realize its vision through more powerful hardware and expanded features like mouse support. According to producer Kenta Motokura and director Kazuya Takahashi, the Switch 2 enabled larger scale environment changes, richer materials, and co-op functions such as Pauline's vocal blasts. Similar to Mario Kart World, which also migrated to Switch from Switch 1 to 2, the team saw the new console as a way to fully execute their creative ambitions. I mean, yeah, I don't know how this game would have even functioned on Switch 1 the way that it's been shown, right? Like, it's definitely
Yes.
so I'm really glad it's on Switch 2. And so also, like, I wonder, like, that rumored Switch Pro that everybody wanted, like, when the OLED came out, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
I wonder if that was kind of what they had in mind, if that thing was ever going to come out, right? And they're like, "Oh, this is going to run on this new powerful whatever," and then they're like, "No, we'll just save it for the new one." So, any thoughts on this, Ed?
Um, I because we always bring up Super Mario 3D World, it has that feel, that idea uh of a game. So I really think that the team was probably gonna go on that route.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about
Ed
that.
sneezed
And
everybody.
and I think with the Switch 2, definitely with auto destruction and that ability to destroy and move around and searching and everything, getting the new Donkey Kong look and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I kind of feel like they needed powerful hardware, so it
Mm-hmm.
just makes sense to put it on Switch 2. With it, um, I don't think that this game would have did good on Switch 1. And I think that's because of the Princess Peach game. I feel, and definitely the way, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, where, like, if you look in the back, like, the frame rate was like a little bit slower, but everything was kind of crispier in the front. Uh, I feel like, yeah, that game would have run technically well on the Switch. Like, I think that game would have got like 6s and 7s. It would have been a fun game, but people would have probably been like, this needs to be on powerful hardware. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that they were able to work on it and get it kind of almost like Breath of the Wild in the sense that the game is running on Wii U, but we need to have a Switch 1 version. And let that be the better
Mhm.
version. And then Switch 2 comes out, and our Switch 2 is the definitive version of
Have
Breath
you
and
played these
Tears.
games on Have you played these games on Switch 2 yet?
Tears. Oh, Breath. I haven't played Breath, but Tears. Oh, Tears is
Dude,
so
it's
good on
so
Switch
clean and
2.
crispy. It's so
Oh,
dude,
yes.
it's like I mean, I've played Breath of the Wild more than Tears at this point on Switch 2, but like
Uh-huh.
dude, the lighting is so much better. The
Yes.
like the graphics don't look like you know how sometimes with different lighting it looked washed out and kind of like
Uh-huh.
even though like it still looked good, it was still like washed out based on the way just because the hardware wasn't essentially powerful enough to handle it.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks so good now. Like I don't man, I don't know how we ever played this on Switch 1. Like it just
I
the 60 frames and the lighting and the crispiness of the graphics and like oh
and this is the funny thing, Corey. So when it came to doing the updates didn't really take long. It took me probably about 15 minutes altogether because it had did one update and then it did the other update. I think for the Switch 2 edition, because it
mhm,
recognized me that I was in a expansion, so it did those updates.
mhm,
And I started it knew where I was at, like the data saved on a cartridge,
mhm,
and I just started moving around, and it was just like, oh, this is really really smooth, this is really fast. I'm
mhm.
like, oh yeah, I'm about to have a time. And I was thinking about it. I'm just like, I might still buy Breath and Tears, the Switch 2 versions, just to have in
Physically, you mean?
physically, just to have in my library.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will probably do that too, just because I want to have like every Zelda physically, because I'm
Yeah.
weird like that, I guess. But yeah, I can't get over how good this game looks. Like,
Dude, it looks and plays super great. I'm like, oh yeah.
yeah, it looks yeah, it's so nice to play this game like in a because like obviously when it came out for Switch, like we didn't really care about the whole like 4K 60 frames a second thing because like everything
Yeah.
we were playing on was 30 frames and like it just wasn't as big of a deal as it is now. But like playing it now with all these like quality of life features and stuff, it's like oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And like even the draw distance of these games is nicer, right? Like even the
Uh,
you think about like oh, I can see so much farther, and I can see that mountain over there has like the steam coming off of it, or like the clouds hanging over it, or something to
yes.
that extent. It's like oh my gosh, it's so nice. So
So good. So good.
yeah, very very good. So, anyways, that's a tangent about Zelda. Here we are, still talking about Breath of the Wild. 10 years, what 8 years later?
Yep.
Well, yeah, it's fine.
Can't
People get over it.
can't help it.
But that's kind of it for news, Ed. There's not really a lot of news.
Yeah, it's been very quiet this week. I
Yeah, I mean
know
across the board, even for PlayStation and Xbox, because I've been trying to like keep up on some of the news stuff for the website
uh
recently. There's just like, man, if it's like, I mean, I wrote a little bit about the layoffs at Xbox, so I'm trying to like not write about negative stuff unless it's like really necessary, right? Like there's just nothing, man. There's just really I mean, the Ghost of Yote state of play is saved this week in terms of news, right? I mean,
I still need to watch it. I didn't even take the time to watch it yet.
yeah. I mean, it looks pretty and stuff. I don't know. I'm not as into that first game as everybody else seems to be. Um, so But it
Yeah.
looks nice. It looks pretty. Also, there's like a dog/wolf companion, which always gets me when there's a game that has a animal companion. So
I will definitely say, Death Stranding 2 has been kind of like the talk of the town from
mhm.
certain podcasts and stuff.
Yeah,
So I can understand if there's not enough news and stuff, it's because people are playing like Death Stranding 2. I think the Xbox reactions kind of have died down, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah. Xbox did share that whole like accessibility tags thing this week though, which was
uh
nice. I don't know if you saw that or not, but like they have accessibility and inclusivity tags on every single game in their store now. It's like required to have like how many settings you have for accessibility options.
uh
Um, so that was cool to see. Um,
cool.
yeah. Well, that's it, Ed. There's no more news.
That's
Uh,
pretty much the news.
yeah, man. I was like looking for stuff, man, and there's like stuff that's just not worth talking about, or there's nothing. So you know what is worth talking about, Ed? Pack Watch.
Yes, Pack Watch.
Here are the games you can play on your Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2 this week. On 7/15, you will have Neverwinter Nights 2 Enhanced Edition. Return to the City of Neverwinter in Dungeons and Dragons, Neverwinter Nights 2 Enhanced Edition. A Dark Force sweeps over Faerun. I hope I'm saying that right. Some Dungeons and Dragons nerd's going to come at me and say, actually, it's whatever. I'm just kidding. Sort of. Ravaging everything in its path as though searching for something that you now find in your possession. As a shard bearer, only you can stop the King of Shadows and his army from desecrating the land you call home. Will you save Faerun or fall victim to temptation of absolute power? Uh, on 7/16, we have Hunter Cross Hunter X Hunter. It's Japanese, so it's probably
Hunter,
Cross.
Hunter.
Oh, Nen Impact. This first full-fledged fighting game is now available with 3v3 Nen ability team battles. Aim for victory with your own strongest team. So it's 3v3 fighter, like Marvel vs.
Yeah.
Capcom, essentially, I guess. All right, Ed. A little game on 7/17 coming out called Donkey Kong Bananza. Explore a vast underground world by smashing your way through it. Bash through just about anything with the new raw power of Donkey Kong. Crash through walls, carve tunnels with your fists, punch straight down to the ground, and even tear off chunks of the terrain to swing around and throw in groundbreaking exploration. The more you smash, the more areas open up for you to move through. Um, Also on 7/17, Shadow Labyrinth, which is that kind of weird Pac-Man alternate game. Shadow Labyrinth is a 2D action platformer and a genre-twisting alternate take on the iconic Pac-Man. As swordsman number 8, awoken by a floating yellow orb, Puck, on a mysterious planet amidst relics of wars past, you are chosen to become the instrument of its will. And lastly, The Wandering Village on 7/17. The Wandering Village is a city building simulation game on the back of a giant wandering creature. Build your settlement and form a symbiotic relationship with the Colossus. Will you survive together in its strange, hostile, yet beautiful post apocalyptic world contaminated by poisonous plants? This sounds like that Disney movie that came out like 2 years ago that bombed, Strange World. Have you seen that?
Oh,
Jake Gyllenhaal is the dad. Um, it's it's interesting. I kind of liked it. Um, where like they run this kind of um, anyways, the family runs this farm, and their farm starts like kind of getting poisoned and disappearing, and they try to go figure out what the problem is, and it turns out that their entire society is living on the back of this like massive turtle in the ocean. Spoilers for that movie, I guess. Whoops. But yeah, it was fun. It was fine. I mean, it didn't
Okay.
like blow me out of the water or anything, but it was fine. Um, I'd give it like a 6.5 ish.
Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. Disney's recent movies, I would say Raya and the Last Dragon is probably the best one out of their recent efforts, I would say.
Well, they said that that Lilo Stitch movie that just came out was really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about their animated movies.
Oh, animated movies.
Yeah, no, I heard
What's
Lilo Stitch was
what's
good too.
what's their next one? Because I is it Toy Story
Elio
5?
Elio just came out, which was like
I
2 weeks ago, I think.
I want to
Maybe
see
it's
that.
not out yet.
I want to see that in Inside Out too. I want to
Oh,
see.
dude, Inside Out 2 was really good. Yeah, no, Inside Out. I lied. Inside Out is like their that movie was incredible. It was really good.
It was. I mean, yeah, it did with the emotions, but like everything was just. Oh, I have that movie. I watched it, and I'm just like, this is a really great movie to watch for as a family. Because of just like the things that these characters are saying and feeling and expressing, like
Mm-hmm.
this is something that's for kids to learn and for adults to not learn, but just like, yeah, this is what I feel,
Mm-hmm.
as an adult, this is what I feel, and as a kid, I have to. These are the emotions that I'm learning about. So when I act a certain way, it's because of this emotion that I learned from Inside Out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, uh, Elemental was really good too. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Not yet. That one I need to watch.
Elemental was really. I'm just looking at a list of like Disney Pixar movies that came out recent, like I guess within the last like 10 years, 15 years. Onward was okay. Um, my wife really likes Luca. Um, she
Luca
really
was
liked that.
good.
I thought it was like kind of mediocre. Soul came out. I know a lot of people like that. I kind of thought it was a snooze fest, but
I fell asleep through that movie.
yeah, it wasn't great. Moana 2, my daughter loves. It was it felt like a sequel that Disney pushed out. We'll just say that.
I need to watch the first one.
Man, dude, like as good as that first movie is, like that second one, like the whole middle of the movie was missing. Like,
Can I? Okay, so uh, I I know you're gonna come for me, Disney people. You might come for me too, Corey. Encanto, is that the one?
yeah, my daughter loves that movie.
I thought it was okay. I the songs were okay. I think I was in the mindset of enjoying it. Like I'm like, this is a film. It's good, nothing bad. Because I know so many
My
people.
daughter loves that movie. Like, she's obsessed with that movie still.
Like the songs are great. The story is very moving. Like it's funny. It's action. Um, it
Hmm.
personally it did nothing for me, but I like it's
Yeah,
good.
that's another weird movie too, though, where like it was made like during the pandemic, right? But it
Hmm.
also like it feels like the middle of that movie is missing. Like
Yeah.
it just feels like a lot of Disney movies that have been pushed out the last few years. Like the middle of the
Hmm.
movie is missing. Like, where's the middle of the movie? Like um, there was another movie recently I felt that way about too. But yeah, and it's like it's not that they're bad movies. It's just like I don't understand what happened to like the middle of this movie.
It feels
Moana
like the.
Moana stuck out like a sore thumb. Like, where's the middle of this
Mhm.
movie? So
Yeah, because
I
like,
mean, and then
cause
but then you get a movie like Onward, which is like the whole movie is just the middle part of a movie. Where's the beginning and the end? You know, like
it
I don't know,
was like,
man. Like
oh, who's scared? Okay.
yeah, and then like yeah, I don't know. Oh, the other movie that I was like, I wish there was more of this movie to explain it was Turning Red. I don't know if you saw that about the girl that turns into a
I
red panda.
I have it, but I need to watch it.
Like that movie was like my daughter loves that movie too, and I get it, but also like that was another movie where I'm just like there's like a chunk of this movie that is missing too, and it's not exactly the middle of the movie, but it's like I don't know, man. There's just part of this movie that's missing. Also a pandemic movie too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Incredibles 2 was another one that I was like this movie's okay, like, but where is the rest of this movie? I feel that way
Oh,
about a lot of Disney
I
movies
think
recently
I think you should. I think that you should do a top 10 list
of
of Disney
Disney
movies.
movies that aren't finished.
Like, just call it top 10. Where's the middle?
Yeah. Oh man, don't even get me started on Toy Story 3, man.
I that I love Toy Story 3. Don't get me wrong. I know they dragged a little bit out at the end. It is what it is. Of course, Totoro is one of my favorite characters from Studio Ghibli. I was so happy and almost cried in the movie theater when he showed up. And I know why, because Walt Disney used to produce well, not produced, they released the Studio Ghibli's
They
before.
they were the
um
distributor over in North
yeah,
America. Yeah.
yeah, I wonder whatever happened
I
to
didn't
that
even notice.
contract.
I didn't even notice that. I don't even know. I'm as much as I'm into animation and Disney and
Hmm.
stuff, like I know nothing about Studio Ghibli except for their art style. Like their
I
art style is iconic, but like other than that, like I couldn't tell you one movie from another. I couldn't tell you who any of the characters are.
can definitely, with for your daughter, and like, if the family want to watch it, definitely she needs to watch Spirited Away. Like
Uh,
um
isn't there one about
it
like a moving castle or something?
House Moving Castle. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one is really good. You and your son will probably enjoy that one. It's very whimsical and everything. But it got some really good animation and action and stuff. I man, you love this Disney like I love Studio Ghibli and everything, because man, there is some hard hit, like Grave of the Fireflies. You won't be able to watch, Corey. Like that's something that you and the family have to stay away from, because it's very emotional. I'm like, ooh. I think it's a fine movie, um, but I know that movie is very emotional. Um, and people who do watch it still just get this sad feeling from that movie and
Hmm.
everything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like Spirits of the Way, I definitely recommend you and your daughter watch. Um, it is, like they said, it's their kind of, it's like the Japanese version of not Snow White, Alice in Wonderland. But I'm like, you definitely would laugh, you definitely will feel for the character, and hopefully you will understand why it got that Academy Award. Because at the time when it won the Academy Award, it was under Disney
Mhm.
for it. So
Yeah. I'm looking at Pixar's movies in particular of what they've released over the years, and I'm
mhm.
there's not they haven't really like they don't have like as celebrated as they are, they really don't have that many movies.
But it feels like they should, because it feels like that they release at least
They
one or
have
two per year.
29 films since 1995.
Wow.
Um Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, Incredibles, Cars, Ratatouille, Wally, Up, which I don't know if you saw the rumors about a live action Up being in development.
I just heard about that.
Did you see
And
who's supposedly playing Carl?
no, who?
Who's the grumpiest old white actor you know right now? Famous.
Robert De Niro?
No, that's funny you say that though, because like the other day I was having this conversation and I prompted the person with the same thing, and they also said Robert De Niro.
Because it's not Robert De Niro or Al Pacino.
Grumpier, not as
Ooh,
Italian.
not Liam Nelson because he's doing the Naked Gun.
Come on, man. Who's one of the biggest actors in the late 70s, 80s, and early 90s?
That was a
Come on,
grandpa?
What's
movie?
What's my favorite movie of all time, Ed?
Indiana Jones. Are they really trying to get not Woody Nelson, Harrison Ford? I don't know about Woody Harrison. Harrison Ford. Are you serious?
Yeah.
No.
That's gonna be so good.
That's going to be a disaster.
It's going to be good even if it's bad.
It's going to be a disaster making that movie with him, if that is true.
I think it's going to be fun. Harrison Ford.
I mean, I would pay my money to go see the train wreck that it is. And then hopefully you see the train wreck for what it is and we can talk about it. If that happens.
Yeah.
But no.
I'm glad they're starting with something like Up, though, and not. My biggest fear is when Disney starts doing these remakes of the Pixar movies and Toy Story becomes a remake. I'm like, I don't want them to ever remake Toy Story, ever, the first one. But they're going to at some point, and just got to live with it, right? So
I still want to watch the Mulan live action one. That one I want to see.
Yeah, I know that's not Pixar.
Yeah, I love Mulan. Christina Aguilera singing "Reflection." That song made me fall deeply in love with Christina Aguilera. I was like, yeah, the vocals, she don't play around with them. Yes.
No, she's good. She's
yeah.
When everybody was into Britney Spears, I was into Christina Aguilera. There you go.
Same.
I mean, probably still true, huh? Anyways, any of these games besides Donkey Kong, are you gonna pick these up since that's what we were talking about?
It's Shadow Labyrinth. I'm definitely gonna pick up. And Donkey Kong. Everything else, not so much. Yeah, I haven't played none of the Neverwinter Nights, but I know about it. Hunter x Hunter is anime. I don't really do a lot of anime video games. The Wandering Village, city building simulation, it's no Roller Coaster Tycoon for me. So I'm gonna pass on that.
Yeah, I've already got my town building game at. It's called Disney Dreamlight Valley.
And you still need to progress in that game.
I do. I still haven't done any of the expansions yet. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, Ed. I am trying really hard to progress, and I think one of my quests is bugged. I am trying. So I'm in the I'm trying to find the aliens for Buzz Lightyear. There's like this quest where you have to find 15 aliens, and I have 14 of them, and I cannot find the 15th one anywhere. And I've followed guides, I've like followed a lot of the instructions people have had. I cannot find this 15th alien anywhere, and I don't know what to do about it. And I can't progress with Buzz, or I can't progress. Here's the thing: there's a story mission I need to unlock, but I need to progress with Simba in the story progression, but I can't progress with Simba until I finish this mission with Buzz.
Oh no.
And I'm like really concerned. I can't find this alien anywhere, man. So still love the game though.
I feel like you're gonna find it where you least expect it.
Yeah, plus like all the guides I follow have come out like before a lot of this extra content that has come out, and some people are saying that it could be in this other new content too, and I'm like, I don't want to. Are you kidding? Like all right, let's get into these Nintendo game updates. Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time, has surpassed 1.2 million global sales across all 1.2 million global sales across all platforms, with Level 5 announcing a physical Switch 2 release on August 7th, 2025 in Japan, along with upcoming features like a photo mode, a user contest, and free DLC that adds a roguelike open world elements. Gross. Roguelike. In a farm in a can't Ed. I can't with these just stop with this stuff. Deltarune, chapters 2, 3, and 4, as well as the full game, are getting updated in patch 1.02. Chapter 2, they're fixing a bug where an invisible character could trigger a floor switch in the fireworks room. Chapter 3 resolved several item persistence and visual bugs, including issues with Susie, Ralsei, and battle visuals, while improving character behavior post-battle. Chapter 4 addressed color display bugs, a piano soft lock, UI issues during an optional boss fight, and Switch 2 specific exploits, crashes, and visual misalignments. And then the entire game is getting improved save support clarity, fixed settings, persistence, and address Switch 2 specific display scaling and mirror aesthetic issues. Nintendo, for Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics on Switch 2, Nintendo has released a patch following last month's 2.0.0 update with version 2.0.1. Focusing on general improvements and bug fixes, enhancing gameplay alongside similar free updates for other titles like Breath of the Wild. Wasn't free. This article was wrong. Unless you're NSO, I guess. Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Odyssey, and more. And then Feral Interactive is finally adding online crossplay multiplayer to Company of Heroes collection on Switch. So yeah.
Nice.
There's no Nintendo Switch online new games or trials, but there is a new Nintendo music soundtrack from a little game called The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D from the 3DS.
Yes.
Which that music was kind of remastered from the N64 version. So yeah. But Ed?
Yes.
We don't have any questions because I didn't really ask for any.
That's gay.
But that's it. That's all we got.
All right. I do have two final thoughts. Corey, my so
looks like Shane. Sorry, interruption. Looks like Shane, our friend Shane, has heard me talk about Disney Dreamlight Valley. He just popped up on my friends list, and he's playing Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Yes,
he's probably letting his kids. His kids are old enough to play this, right? It's probably them.
Yes,
or it is him. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
So this is for the developer 2Kyo Games. Back in May, the developer for the 100 line, they were on the brink of collapse, and they were just like, we got to make sure that this game sells. And congratulations to them. This is the 100 line Last Defense Academy, published by Maro C and developed by 2Kyo Games. there's been strong sales for the game, and it has turned the company's future around. So it seems that they will not be closing. They have been saved from bankruptcy, um, and hopefully they have a new game in the pipeline and stuff. So congratulations to them for that. Um, and secondly, Five Time Podcast. Everybody go check them out. They talked about the latest Xbox news, and they also did a Q and A, like the listeners got to send in questions and they would get their answers. I sent in a question. So shout out to Dre, Kevin, and Steve. They Dre was just like, those guys do some cool things. We need to reach out and collab with them. So to Five Time Podcast, go check them out. If any of you guys from Five Time are hearing this, touch down with us. Come on, Nintendo Pow Block or Boss Rush podcast. We would love to have you guys. They're so cool. The question that I asked was, out of the three acquisitions of companies, do you think Nintendo had the best one? Out of Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, and like, what do they think of Nintendo? I mean, Microsoft and Sony acquisitions. Did they pan out the way that they thought it would? And so yeah. And last final thought, everybody, since Corey was talking about Final Fantasy 7, go check out a Gamer Looks at 40 Final Fantasy 7. All those episodes are out. You get to hear me and my thoughts on various episodes. So
I mean,
you go
they
check
don't hear
that
enough
out.
of you hear it.
I mean, yeah, they do hear me here. But
Just
like, if
kidding.
they want to hear, they
I'm
want.
just kidding.
I know, but if they want to hear more of Final Fantasy 7 and my opinions about it, go check that out. So that is my final thought. And rest in peace, Iwata.
Yeah.
Corey?
Let's see. What do I have to say? I think, I don't know. I've just been looking at a lot of things that we do lately, not just us, but like just in general. Of we do so much that it's hard to like see the forest through the trees in a sense, right? Like, just kind of, and I just I think we do a lot, and I don't think enough people get enough credit for participating and doing the things that we do. And I've just been thinking about that a lot lately, and how we can kind of not scale back, but diversify in a meaningful way, and um, it's not really a thought. That's just kind of things that have been on my mind, I guess. So, but nothing really important to say. Hope everybody out there is just excited for Donkey Kong this week.
Yes. Well, with that, everybody, we want you guys to have a great week, have a great weekend. As it gets into the mid of July, some people are planning to get back, get ready to go back to school next month in August. So hopefully you guys have just a great week that's coming up. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Nintendo Pow Block. If you join us live, follow or subscribe to the channel you're watching if you haven't done so already. If you're watching us on YouTube later, like the video and leave your comment with your thoughts on today's topics, or leave one of your own we can discuss in a future episode. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a review. You can support Boss Rush on Patreon at patreon.com/Boss Rush Network at a tier that's right for you. You can even follow for free and gain access to our best shows on one feed. Thank you again for watching and on listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Goodbye. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel,
Retro Stoy,
and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.